Hello, welcome to Scalemodeling and welcome to part 15 of our search and rescue vessel build by Revell. This is the Platinum Edition, nearly 1,000 parts, probably more because it has all the photo etch. And if you've been following along, as I hope you have, we completed the mast in the last part of the series. In this part, we're going to get this thing painted up a little bit more. So I've already painted it the white, of course, but there's some areas that need to be done black. Now, first of all, before I start, if you're watching this for the first time, please go back and to the playlist and you can watch this right through from the unboxing of this amazing boat right up to where we're at now, and subscribe if you haven't already. And as you're watching, if you've got any comments, questions or suggestions as you might think of, comment below, let me know, and also give us the old thumbs up. And okay, let's get on with this. So like I was saying, there's a few things we need to do on this. Is touch up some little areas that need to be done black. There's some chrome silver spots like the ship's horn up here and a few other bits where the radar is. So a little bit of detail work, which I'm looking forward to, as well as the very top part. Now, from one section all the way up, a lot of the main superstructure area of the mask will be the bright fluorescent orange that we have on the rest of the ship, including most of this. So that will be done with the oil paints I used before to get that color I wanted. And this is, what was that? Just a straight orange. Yeah. So if you remember also, that paint took a long time to dry. Anyway, also what I've been doing is these spotlights around here. I'm using my MIG ammo. You would have seen me use this before, the ultra glue, to create lens effect, give it look like there's glass in there. The spotlight itself, I've just put a bit of chrome inside that before I put this in, so we can, it looks a bit more real. And yeah, and I need to get up there and start touching up. Now, I've been using some footage of the actual ship because the instructions themselves are fairly vague and not really that accurate. So if you can get hold of some video and that shows this part, I'll throw a screenshot up in the corner here that will show what I'm using to get my references from. And yeah, because you're really going to make things a lot easier. A lot of this work's going to be a little bit tricky because I need to brush paint a lot of this, but we'll see how we go. So I'm going to get started on that, and then we'll get back to our little launch boat that needs doing. But I need to get this painted up first, because literally that oil paint can take a week to dry. All right, so I'll get on this and I'll show you a bit more of the progress as I go. Okay, I'll be back shortly. Okay, welcome back again. I just thought I'd quickly show you. I've had to mask up some areas under here that, you know, I've got a pretty stable hand, but there's some areas under here where I'm not going to get straight lines. So I had to mask up those spots under there, so that should be all right. Now, I've found some already thinned X1 black paint. I'm not sure how that will go on, and I've also got some Mr. Hobby gloss primary H2 black, so we'll see how they go. It's basically just this main mast support around the top needs to be painted underneath and around across the top, along with that piece there that is also black. and that's it. There is a little bit of the going up the mast there as well that I may paint. We'll see about that. On the box art, it does show that as black, but on the actual ship, I don't think it is. Let me just double check on that. Yeah, actually it is. So I will have to go up the mast a bit. So I'll put a little bit more tape around the line where I want to stop at, just going up. So it'll probably be just up to about there. Okay. All right, I'll get on to this. Sorry if you hear a bit of noise in the background. It is absolutely pouring down with rain outside, and it's only 6 a.m. in the morning. It's still dark. We've had a lot of rain here in Sydney, and flooding again, and yeah, it's pouring. All right, I'll get on and paint this. We'll come back and have a look at it. Yep, back shortly. Hey there, back again. So I just thought I'd show you where I'm at here. Just done the red on these lights here and the silver. Done blacks on all the tops of these parts. The horns done in chrome. Finished the black area. I'm just about to peel off. Actually, I'll do that now. Take off all our masking tape. And very carefully. Oh, there I go, fumbling. That. Already see a little bit of touch up under there. That's okay. One. Off. And when I've taken this off, I will do the orange areas that need to be done. That side's good. Just a little touch up under there, but the other side's perfect. This one here, fingers crossed. Yep, nice straight line there. Beautiful. Certainly am glad I touched that up. Used masking tape. So yeah, that's that bit done. So what I'll do now is I'll mark off where the white's staying, which is pretty much where that tape was, but I just need to get it straight on the top, and then work up doing the orange color. These parts here will be orange as well. It's part of the structure holding up this platform, which we have down here, and that I've also painted the top with chrome. These little bits here, chrome. These aerials on here, antennas, they'll all stay white, while most of everything else on here will be the orange color. All right, so I'm going to get on to that, and we'll come back and have a look at that, see what it looks like. Okay, back again shortly. Okay, welcome back again. I still haven't got to the other boat launch yet, but I've just managed to fit the mast up on the top of the ship here, or half of the mast. Once I got it painted, I figured the safest place to put it is on there, because I didn't want to start handling it too much, or it already knocked off one of the stairs on the side. You can see how it's going there. So yeah, so I put, excuse me, I put it on there. Looking good. Just see if I can get this to focus a bit better. Yeah, we'll get this to focus. Hang on a second. Just going to do this. There's a better shot. There we go. Okay. So there's another section to go above that, which I've painted up, which is this section. And I'm about to, once that's glued, that mast is glued now. I'm just letting that dry for about an hour. and then I'll position this on the top. Yeah, and the other reason for putting it on the ship too was because it was very difficult to get this lined up at the right angle on top there, due to the shape of the mast. So having it in position, now I know exactly the angle I need to put to get the top of it on. But yeah, it's come up really good, eh? I'll be able to put that other big water cannon that sits on here as well on shortly as well. Also, they're all in here. The few other little bits and pieces that need to go on, including the sign, the ship's name, and a couple of very tall aerials that'll go on at the very end. All right. Okay. So promise you next time we'll be starting on the launch. Okay. We'll have a look at what's happening on that boat. Okay. I know I've looked at it briefly before. I think I might have even started taking pieces off the sprue. But yeah, we'll have a closer look at that. Okay. Back again shortly. And there we go. The mast is on and installed. And looking pretty good. Yeah, look at that. Very happy with that. I'll be able to put it aside somewhere safe before while I'm working on the launch on the back. I might attach the fire cannon on the back there while I'm at it. And yeah, coming along quite well. All right. Yeah, I'm going to get back into working on it a bit more, and I'll be back shortly. All right, so back. Well, I just thought we should catch up on what we need to cross off on the instructions, because we got quite a lot done finishing that mast. So step 56 is done now, 57's done, 58, 59, 60, 61's done. We put the mast together, 62, we've attached it onto the ship, that's done. These bits were done earlier, so that's fine, and now we're on to the launch. Now, put that aside and I'll just show you, as far as I'm aware, and I've had a pretty good look, we're finished with the photo etch. I went through, had a look at all the frets of photo etch, and yeah, I can tell you they're empty. There's nothing but ones we didn't need to use on that, so that's great, that's all done. But what we do have is some more clear parts, because there'll be windows in this little boat we're going to build, so there's some nice clear parts in there we'll be using. We have still got quite a few decals to go on the ship itself, so that can hold off for a bit. And we're on to this little fella. So we're at step 64 in the instructions. So here we have the hull. I've already put the little back section in here where the two outboard engines attach. There's our outboards. They're ready to paint. They have to be done silver, I think, or a black. Just check. M is it's a black, so they'll be done black. But I might there's not much detail in them, so I may just add some silver or something just to make them look a bit better than just black. Hey, we'll see. These I think are ready to glue together. They've already been, I've tidied them up, and they're a really nice fit. So all of this, there's no white on any of this that I can tell. It's all grey. It's a light grey, everything. There's little areas here where the intakes, water intakes for the engines are, which will be black. There's a section up in the front here which is silver, and it has a little bar attached under here. That would be for running up into the back of the main ship. And so that's what that bit will be, which is on the instructions, this bit here. Okay, so that will be G, which is, I'm sure that was a chrome or something, silver chrome. G is aluminium. So yeah, we've got aluminium metallic, which is this one here, XF56, you saw that? Yep. So what I'm thinking of doing, also around the outside is black. So there's like a strip all the way around there that's going to be black, which will require masking, of course. I guess I could figure that like doing a normal waterline on a ship. Probably be the easiest way. We'll think about that. So I'll paint the whole thing the white, I guess, first. I'll undercoat it all with primer. Then I'll do it all white. Then I can mask off the water intakes for the engine here that are going to be black. I can mask off this area here, which is the metallic, and do those separately. And as for that black line all the way around, that I'll have to mask that all the way around as well. That doesn't look like that should be too much of a problem. Yeah, it'll be fine. All right, and then after that we start doing some of the actual cabin section, the walls, the door, and putting in the windows, which is all down where you can't see, which is here, here, and here. Okay, yeah, so I shall get on with this, and we'll come back and have a look. I'll glue these two together and get some paint on. All right, back shortly. Okay, so it's been a bit over an hour. I've finished priming all these parts. So what I did was I just went through the instructions and took off all the parts, basically. I mean, there's not much to this little boat. Gone through, taken all the bits off, except the clear parts, I've left them. Yeah, and some of the really small stuff I've just left. But most of the area around the, I guess you'd call it the bridge, where the glass goes in, that's then the structure area. So all this, so it's all there, it's all sprayed, it's all mostly going to be, well, this is going to be grey, some of this will be white, so I'm just going to pick out which bits. The grey I'm going to use will be, I'm going to use a sea grey, so it's XF54, dark sea grey. It's not really that dark though, so I think it's going to look quite good. And I've looked at some reference video of the boat, and that's going to be pretty close to it. I'll put a photo up in that corner, one of the corners, that one there. You can have a look. So yeah, that's pretty much what we're going to get this thing looking a bit like. Also, the black underneath where the water vents come from under here. I'm going to do that in the rubber. I think I put it away. Yeah, but I've got a black rubber because it is pretty much an inflatable around there. So I'm going to do that, as well as the line around the outside of it. I'll do it in that rubber as well. That should look quite good. The rest has got little bits of grey inside the door. There's a little bit of door in there that I can just do with the brush, no problem. The rest, there's black for the engines. I may also stick with that rubber look. We'll see how that goes. Okay, yeah, I will keep at it, and we'll be back. Hey there, back again with a bit of an update. So I've got the hull of the launch boat done, grey, and it's come up quite good. What I've got to do now is I've got to do the black line around here, which will be done in the rubber black, which I've just mixed up some thinner with here. But also, if that black is, you probably can't see, but there's two like vents under there, which I guess they're picking up the water that goes through the engine. they're supposed to be black, as well as on the front here. That section there, I've got to mask up and do black. There's a railing that goes up as you bring it onto the back of the ship. That's going to be black, which I've already painted on the sprue. It's black there. There was a couple of inaccuracies on the back deck of this boat. There's a railing, which they say is red, when it's not. It's actually black. So I'm painting it black. They also tell you to do the top of this deck piece here red when it's white. So I'll be doing that. Well, it is white. I've painted that white. There are some couple of little points on there which are, just checking, that'd be black. There's a few two little black, I don't know what they are, sitting on there. That's easy bit of detail to do. But these are all done white now. I've painted everything else white. There's another bit on the back that's white. So that's all done in the gloss white, including the window frames white. This control panel, not too sure about, but I did it white anyway, and I can paint over that. But it does actually say white. I think that's one of the walls on the back. Then we've got the side walls of the cabin area. So they've been sprayed the white as well, and I've masked them up and done these two little, I guess they're like railings of some sort that are black, and I've hand painted those black. I just put the tape on there just to make sure I didn't get any on the white, so, but they look fine. So I'll take that tape off shortly. And oh, and the engines at the back, I did them in the gloss black as instructed. There they are there. That's one of them. The other one's the same. That's still drying. So they will go on the back there. So it's getting there. The tricky part now will be the masking. I've got to run mask all the way around to do that strip. And I want to airbrush it because I just want to get that better finish with the airbrush. And to do that, that means I've got to mask everything, so it doesn't get a spray. So that'll be fine. I'm not sure whether I should do that, mask that up now, or mask these up. They're going to be the same black. I'm using that rubber black. So yeah, I just want to make sure that's dried completely. I'm going to leave this till tomorrow because I don't want to be taking paint off with the masking tape. Particularly because I need to mask such a large area. But yeah, that should work out quite good. All right, so I will continue on and get a bit further with this. The windows need to go in on those side panels fairly early on. I'm just concerned about doing a clear coat over this whole launch boat because I don't want to get clear spray on the windows because that tends to fog it up. So it does look like the glass goes from the outside in, which is good because then that means I can put it all together and then at the end put the glass in. Whereas the main ship, you had to put the glass on from the inside, which meant you had to put it together first. But yeah, this definitely, I'm just looking at the instructions now, and you can see here that the glass panels are gluing in on the outside, so that's good. I can leave them off and put them on at the very end. The same goes for those. I'm fairly sure that they go on the outside as well. So that's good. That makes that job a lot easier. All right. Yeah, I will continue on and do some masking. Hey, all right, we'll come back and have a look at. I'll be back shortly in my time. Well, actually, in your time. My time, it'll be tomorrow. Okay. Okay. Hello, welcome back. So it's the next day. I don't know if I already showed you this or not, but hulls have all been painted, and I'm just about finished masking it all up. So what I want is to get the black line around the side. So that's all masked. These areas in here, which will be black, and this spot here will be black. The rest of this, I'll put some thicker tape to cover so I don't get paint on there, and probably put a little bit of tape over there too, just to stop any overspray. So yeah, that should be done shortly. And then I've got these bits here that need to be sprayed white. Other than that, yeah, that's going pretty good. Quite a bit of taping up on there, but managed to get it. So I'm confident that will look okay. All right, so yeah, I'll go spray this and give it about half hour to dry enough to be able to, we'll come back and we'll take the tape off and see how it looks. Okay, be back in a minute. Hey, welcome back again. So the paint's on. Let's see how well that masking worked. Okay, we'll get some of this off. We'll get all of this off actually. I'm gonna need to save it. Yeah. Realised I need to get some more masking tape soon to put an order in. It's coming up nice. I don't like leaving masking tape on too long. So I literally painted this 20 minutes ago. But I want to get the tape off because I don't like it sitting on the, taking a risk of taking up any of the grey, which it isn't because it's hasn't been there too long. So far it's looking good. Yep, there's a nice straight line there. That's what I want. You just want straight lines, don't we? After this, we'll be able to start building up onto it. I've painted most of the other parts, the walls and part of the cabin is all done. That came off nice too. That's good. I'm happy so far. Take that one off there. What I do here is I've used Tamiya tape as for the main outline for the edges, but then I use frog tape, which is good. I buy it at the local hardware store, but it's not the sort of thing I would put as my edge masking tape. It is just like a fill tape for the other areas I don't want overspray, because I still think Tamiya tape is the best tape for masking. Frog tapes, no, I don't want to take the risk. Paint will get under it. This, as you can see, perfect. So I'm hoping that we will complete this entire boat in the next video. This video is we'll get probably, we'll see how much of this boat will get done, but it really doesn't leave really much left. Yeah, there we go. How's that one? Oop. my little clamp underneath that I'm holding with. That's great. Look at that. All right. Nice lines on there. Fantastic. Now, let's see how the edge went. Just take that off there. Take that off there. Yeah, the actual ship is starting to really look good. I will have to clear coat the main, the whole ship, and some of the windows, like it's mainly the hull that needs the clear coat, because all the other parts I clear coated before I put on. So anything from the hull up is already done. But what I will have to do is mask all the windows in the hull, which there's not many, but there are about 8 or so, because the clear, semi-gloss clear, or any clear coat, once you spray it on clear plastic, it fogs it up, and you don't have those nice clear windows anymore. So I will probably be using liquid mask to do that. Let's see how this goes. Oh, look at that. Fantastic. So yeah, liquid mask on the windows will fix that. There you go. Beautiful. And this was the rubber black I used on this. I didn't want it glossy or anything. This is an inflatable. Look at that, that's coming up real good. Real nice. Get that off. Voila, very good, look at that. So, there it is. All masked up, and beautiful result. Couldn't ask for anything better. Really nice. Of course, there's a few other bits that need painting on this. This section in the front here is supposed to be white. So that's going to be a little tricky. I may have to mask up all that bow section there to spray that white. Not sure what color this console here is, but we'll find that out later. So I'm going to leave this aside to dry now whilst I well, let's have a look. Let's look at the constructions. I don't know if I showed you, but there's a steel rod that comes off and sits over there. I painted that on the sprue. You see that? So I'll be able to put that on now. So that's fine. Also on the sprue there was on the deck on the top here there was a railing, which I painted that on the sprue there too, in the black. So yeah, they're all right to go. Just trying to think where I'm going to put this. I'll tell you what, I'll just put it there. Okay, let's have a look. Yeah, back. So here we are here. All these are painted. It's joined together. I need to put the engines on the back, which they're painted up. You saw those before. So I'll put them on shortly. The windows going in, won't be doing that till after I clear coat this whole ship, this whole launch boat. But we can put them, as I mentioned before, we can put them after they're put together on the deck. There's these here, which I don't know if they're seats or they're part of the engine. They're strange looking if they're seats, but they do go in the back here where you would stand or sit. We're not too sure there, but anyway. So they need to be painted up. I can do that. There's a couple of little bits on the back here that need to go on that I think I will just hand paint. And there's another one piece there. But you got to throw your rope around. These pieces will go down on the deck And there's that top piece that will go on top of there as well. They're all painted, so I can pretty much go ahead and do that as soon as that deck is a little bit more drier. And then there's the window frames will go down on here. We can do that and leave the glass out. And the roof of that cabin area can go down on top. Now, around there is our favorite fluorescent orange that needs to be painted. I will probably maybe do that when it's on or before I put it on. I'm not sure. I'll check the fit. Yeah, I'll see how that goes down on top along with all this going in. A lot of this can be hand painted. We'll get to the point when once all that's on, other than the windscreen wipers, it'll get fitted, which is a shame. Unlike the ship, the main boat itself, it came with photo etch for these, whereas this we've only got the plastic option. But anyway, that's fine. So there's all that will go on. A couple little vents, a little light on the back, aerials on the back, it looks like, and that's it. So once we get it to that point without the glass in the windows, I can clear coat it. And then when it's clear coated, pop the windows in. All right. Yeah, and of course you notice we've got this whole back section to build as well, which is the where the launch comes out. So that has to be put together as well. So yeah, not quite over yet, but getting very, very close. All right, I will be back and we'll start putting this little boat together. Hi there, just to show you a bit more progress on this little launch boat here, the inflatable. I don't know if I already showed you. I've got the engines on the back, putting in the seats, which I think they are. They're unusual looking seats. The dashboard's in. I did some green on the screens. That's a clear green, make them look like there's real screens there. I'll put these little bits on the back. So that brings us up to steps 68, 69 done, 70 is done. I haven't painted that yet or decided on that just yet. I'll figure that out, but in the meantime I'm going to go on to 71, put the sides in and this little roof area here as well as the front with the window. Yeah, they're all painted up and ready to go on, just need a bit of tidy up. Put them on now. Okay, we'll come back and have a look when I've done that. I might even go as far as into step 72, where the windscreen section goes down. I'll have all that superstructure on except for the windows. And we'll put the railings on too afterwards, but yeah, that looks pretty good. Yeah. All right. I'll be back again in a minute. Okay, welcome back. So I've stuck a few bits on here. Got all the outside on, all the wall bits on. It's looking good. Now I've just painted this section, which will go on the roof there. It's got the orange around it. Now this orange literally takes days to dry. It'll be at least 2 days before I could touch this and be able to put it on. So in the meantime, I'm going to have to let that dry because I've just painted that. This part here needs to be done silver all the way around the frame. And then this is a net on the back here, which will be the same color as that. So I'm just going to give that a quick paint and let it dry along with that. And then they go on in, well, we've done step 71 now. Step 70 is done. The railing, I've cut it off and I've actually had to touch it up a little bit where I've cut it off from the sprue, so that will be dry in no time. That just goes on the top of the deck there. So that will finish that, other than the glass in the windows, which, you know, we're leaving till last after the clear coat's put on. So it's just a matter of putting these on. What else? There's a top, like a bit of a dash area, like a dashboard of some sort, console in the top there, that I don't think you'll be able to see. It goes up underneath here. Anyway, there it is over here. Still got a, it's painted, but it probably needs a bit of blackened detail on it. It's not saying much other than using letters, colors K and C, which, when we go back to our reference, is K is green. Okay, so that'll be the deck green, and C is red. Yeah, so I guess it's a control panel of some sort up in the top, so I'll be able to detail that while this is drying, and then we'll put that on. And then, where this will be almost the end of the boat, we still got to do the windscreen wipers, which go on. They will have to go on after the glass pops in, so I will put them on after, and I won't bother clear coating them. They'll be fine. And then there's a couple little pieces going on the top of this deck here. There's 2 little holes in there for those. I'll probably put them straight on because they're going to be white, the same color as that. And then we come down, and there's a few other little bits and pieces will get put on. Aerials, there's a little exhaust, I guess, or air vent on the roof, which all attaches onto this, which we're going to have to hold off on. So basically what I'm saying is that that's where I'm going to end this video, because I'm held up now waiting for that. But when we come back in the next video, we'll be finishing off this boat by putting all these little pieces on. And then in the next video, we'll also work on the tail of the boat. I don't know what you call that on the stern. That's the part that folds down and this little launch slides out. So we'll be doing that in the next video, and then attaching that, and then there's our boat done. So all good. We will probably also clear coat the actual ship itself. I'll be masking up the portholes that I don't want to get clear coat on, and I would say it's quite possible we might get this finished in the next video. Fingers crossed. All right, so yes, great. So thank you for watching all the way up so far into, this is part 15 of the series. We're aiming to finish it in the next video. We'll see how we go. Yeah, please subscribe if you haven't already. Hit that notifications bell to get notified. And give us a thumbs up if you like the video. Comments are welcome below if you've got any comments. I know a few of you out there are building this or planning to. If you've got any questions, or if you've got any tips on anything, although I'm nearly done, aren't I? Anyway, yeah, just any comments are welcome down below. I've noticed there's a lot of new subscribers since my Yamato video went up. It's proved very popular. So any of you new subscribers, jump in onto the playlist for this and have a look at the unboxing of this German search and rescue vessel by Revell. It's definitely, I'm really enjoying it, and if you can watch through and see where we're up to now, you'll see just how much of a fantastic build it's been. It's had its difficulties, but overall brilliant. So yeah, any of you new subscribers on, you're welcome to jump on board this particular build and take a look. All right, enough said. I'll see you all in the next video. Bye for now.